that guy and that GM thread. Playing 5th edition.
That's your problem. That's all I gotta say. Like, we can skip this whole video now, guys. We don't even need to watch it. We just, like, we got it right there.
My first time DMing, that guy. Hey Anon, would you mind if I use this vampire homebrew? Friend has played D&D a lot more than me and I trust him. Sure. I trust you not to pick anything crazy. Session 1. Level 1. Party gets to a dungeon full of traps. That guy. Your passive perception is too low to notice the pressure plate. You step on it, and the floor collapses beneath you. Make a dex saving throw, or fall into the pit. I turn into a cloud of gas. What?
How oh, you could never have seen this happening. Like, you know, can I play a vampire homebrew, by the way, guys? Whereas, if you wanted to play a meme homebrew, like what we used to play, now that's what you really want.
Yes.
At least people are going to have fun, okay?
It's a vampire racial trait. It makes me intangible. Continue all night to turn into gas, to slip through keyholes in locked doors and avoid all damage. Okay, how many times can you do that? I can do it at will. Indefinitely. Cool. Reroll your character. You said I could use this homebrew. Argument happens and everyone gets awkward and leaves. Strike 1.
I mean, that's not off to a good start, are we, guys? We're just not. Let's just keep going. Let's see what this turns into, alright?
Be 2 years after the vampire incident. None of us have played D&D since.
I wonder why.
Myself and 2 previous party members talk about wanting to start up a group again. One of my friends suggests that we invite him. We eventually decide to give him another chance. Start group chat with D&D members. Tell everyone to make their characters as a group this week so the party meshes well. Everyone agrees. Party now consists of evil cleric of an evil god, neutral warforged rogue who follows the party because the only people he knows.
I mean, that's kind of like the lost dog.
Because they are the only people he knows. Okay. Neutral warlock with a mysterious connection to an otherworldly horror. And his character. A lawful good paladin of Torm. He's an angel. His god died 100 years ago and he seeks only to revive him. Pretty much actively hates and chastises the rest of the party. Still sticks around for some reason. In general, his character has annoying traits. Like refusing to use money so he barters for everything. Even simple things like potions and camping equipment. Is condescending in character and gets the party into a lot of trouble with authority.
I mean, is that not just paladins in general? Like, you know, I don't know if I can really hold this against them.
I'm pretty sure every paladin in every group detests everyone else.
Look, I'm sorry.
Heathens!
No, what was that from Dodgeball? Here, paladins, we're better than you, and we know it.
Yeah. Session 10 rolls around. No one likes his character, and it's starting to interrupt the flow of the story. Talk to all the parties about their goals and drive in the story. He says that all he wants is to revive his god. The next part of the campaign circles around him as he participates in a tournament where the prize is a wish. I'm hungry, I haven't had breakfast.
Alright, okay.
Where the prize is a wish. He wins and wishes his god was alive. Uh-oh, monkey paw. He gets transported back in time to just before his god dies, is able to use his magic weapons and future knowledge to successfully save his own god from death. Smile to myself as I've wrapped up his story and removed a shitty character from the game in a satisfying way.
Honestly, that's...
Or so I thought.
Oh, man. Oh, wait, what's he going to get up to back in time? Oh, you give him time to travel.
No.
To be fair, it actually does sound a pretty cool way of going about it, though. I'll give the DM credit for this.
Alright, Anon. Your character is in the past, living peacefully with his god. Want to reroll and join the rest of the party with the main quest? Well, with this angel race, I don't age, so I'm just going to wait until the rest of the party is born again. Fucking what? He waits until the party is born, specifically meddles in their lives in order to make them better people. Evil cleric is now good wizard, dedicated to Torm. Warforged was befriended the moment he woke up and now serves Torm. Warlock was prevented from experiencing the accident that linked him with the horror and is now a bard. He decides he also didn't like the city we were living in, with all the NPCs they had grown to like a lot. So they're now based in a city dedicated to Torm. We arrive back at session 1 with, effectively, a new party and setting. All previous sessions are now void, everyone quits again. Strike 2.
Honestly, that's actually pretty cool though. I actually can't, like, you gotta give it to the guy though. You kind of do.
He's resilient.
Like, he is resilient. I mean, like, I wished maybe someday I might achieve this.
Be 2 months later. He submits his formal apology to the group chat, states his intentions were good and his plan was to unite the group, and that they would work together better. Group says he was being a douchebag, but they were willing to try again with him. Says he'll be on his best behaviour.
Honestly, like, he was just trying to make a good story. I'm almost on this guy's side now. I can't believe this.
Yeah, no. Quick side note, I did not realise that at this point he had been kicked out of his Pathfinder group that he participated in at our local game store. So without this group, he would have no RPG group at all. We picked up the same campaign as before. We retconned the story to make him level 1 like everyone else. He's on his best behaviour like he said. Campaign continues for 8 months. He's sliding back into some old habits we didn't like before. Group decides that if he does anything that harms the story progression, we will boot him for good. Final segment of the campaign rolls around. The party has got the magic MacGuffins needed in order to defeat the Ultra Wizard in his extra dimensional world. Utilise the 5th dimensional dungeon. Pick related. Each room has different physics and monsters guarding it. A roaming guardian prevents the players from resting too long. Dungeon is very hard and requires all players' unique contribution to succeed. Very excited to have players experience this dungeon I worked so hard on. Portal to the dungeon is in an old, dilapidated church. They enter into the portal, enter into a room with a note and a single door. Note reads something like, "I'm evil as fuck. I'm gonna kill you if you enter my domain, so leave now or else." Him. I leave. What? Him. This seems really dangerous and I don't think my character would put himself in that situation. Party's been hunting down this wizard for months. The wizard that destroyed their base town, resurrected all the dead citizens as zombies and made the party fight and destroy all of them. The wizard that disintegrated the bard's leg and now he has a peg and won't use a regenerate spell until his hate is satisfied. The wizard whose goal is to banish all gods from this plane. He thinks his character would most likely choose to stay in the dilapidated church and clean it instead. The rest of the party decide to try and do the dungeon anyway. I know they can't do it without him, or some kind of rewrite.
Rewrite it is then.
Yeah.
Rewrite it is. Don't let this guy spoil it
No.
for everyone else.
I'm not proud of how I handled this. I changed nothing in my dungeon and let the other players try, commenting on how integral his involvement would have been to their success every time they are having a hard time. Continue to force him to roleplay cleaning a church, making him tell me where he's depositing all the dust and dirt. Party slowly dies one by one in the dungeon. The dilapidated church is unstable, and the cleaning he was doing causes it to collapse on top of him, killing him.
Well, there we go. There we go. Honestly, though,
It just feels like he literally cannot work with other people.
yeah, he does seem pretty awkward to say the least. It's a bit of a shame though, because like some points he did sound like he had a lot of potential, especially see going back in time. That was put on pretty well.
Yeah.
I'll give him credit. You know what? That'll give me.
But then it fucks up everybody else.
Yeah, it does. It does. And honestly, if I was the DM, I you know what? If the guy turns around and says, "I'm just not going to go in there," and I would just go through, it's like, "Are you really sure you're not going to go in there?"
Yeah.
It's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to go in there." It's like, you've done all this, prepared all this much, and you're at the last leg of it, and a paladin is not willing to
To
put
go
himself
in and do it.
himself in danger. Are you sure about that? Are you really sure?
Exactly.
Okay, we're gonna change this session to next week. I need to rework this dungeon then if you're not interested in it.
You're right.
Yeah, sorry,
End off.
don't bother showing up next weekend.
Rock fallen head, you're dead.
yeah, I'm just gonna have to. Honestly, I would have reworked it because I feel like it's just.
It's not fair on the other players.
Yeah, that's the thing. Normally, I'm against a lot of this type of stuff, but just because he's already done it before to all them players, I made them restart and everything else involved with it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. No, I really just can't get behind
No, don't like
that
it.
at all. Honestly, kind of amazing though he pulled it off. Though.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Right, you slimy human maggots. We has been working hard at Neckbeardia to get the bestest little people that monies can buy. We got all the boys here. We got the boys, the lizard boys, vampire boys, all the boys over at Neckbeardia. Oh, we also got some pretty girls too. But I can't really make out which one's the boys and which one's the girls sometimes. But anyway, I need more monies to get more daggers, so get on over and order some now, you filthy pigs.
Every video that we post, we're going to be giving away all of our homebrew content to one lucky winner. Every video. All you have to do to be in with a chance to win is to be subscribed, leave a comment, and like this video. And today's lucky winner is this guy. Well done! Well done! To claim your prize, just send an email to neckbeardiacontact@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the video. Join up new group through a friend. Casual in tone, but there's one guy. Adam. Sounds like a dick.
Per Adam.
All the Adams watching.
Hey, we're not that bad.
But there's one guy, Adam, who is an extremely skilled player. and by extremely skilled, he's apparently the sort who goes to actual tournaments and slaughters people in those and just comes here to play casually. Really nice, friendly, helpful to the new guy in myself with rules and stuff, and he'll even help me come up with plans and the like. But then, when he's at the table himself, it's fucked up. He just has this facial expression that's a mixture between some sort of bloodlust. He hunches his shoulders and opens and closes his fists a lot.
Wait, is this like, you know them like a cursed Sam Hyde pictures?
Yeah.
You know, he's like choking them girls out? I don't know if I could post them ones on. You guys know exactly the pictures that I'm on about.
Paces around. The other half is like he's about to ejaculate.
Definitely that Sam Hyde face, oh my god.
Screwed up face, eyes not quite rolling but clearly losing focus, flushed face, rapid breathing, for moving a bunch of cardboard shit around. It is really, really fucking creepy to be around him for more than 10 minutes. Then, the game ends, and he comes down from his high, or whatever it is, and starts acting perfectly normal again. What the fuck?
You know what this is? This is like, you know them old adverts or whatever, like, this is your brain on drugs, this is your brain on the wacky spectrum. And Sam Hyde, that's all I can think of. I don't know if I would classify him as that guy, because he doesn't, like, do anything, he just acts kind of weird. That's kind of to be expected in most game stores, so guys, let's just be serious.
Playing weird homebrew, mixing GURPS with some other game mechanics. PCs are currently in the Vietnam jungle, looking for a specific person to kidnap in order to restore the time flux and avoid the flooding of current times with dinosaurs or something. It's so random.
It sounds pretty cool, not gonna lie, I appreciate it.
After some time spent figuring out where they were exactly and tracing a map of their surroundings, they managed to get to a US Army base. By looking up from their mission logs and statements, as well as chatting up with local villagers plus soldiers on leave, the group discovers that their target, in the normal timeline, was an American officer that died by fragging. In order to get the timeline fixed, they need to have him being loved by his soldiers, or at least live through his tour of duty. One player's solution is to find enough cigars and booze to give to the officer, and instruct him to give them to his soldiers over time. Another player's idea is to impersonate a higher up that would want to relocate the captain from a squad to another. That guy's solution is, let's go and lobotomize every single squatty with an ice pick.
I mean, like, yeah.
I look perplexed, but other players seem to love it. I let them go with it, but try as hard as I can to make it hard to do. At one point, they tried to lobotomize 5 soldiers at once. One player has his head smashed in on the floor, the other loses an eye. But that guy somehow manages to avoid everything with ninja-like moves, ice pick all targets, and get off essentially scot-free. Not even having the logical thing of the local police getting involved and villagers desiring his blood seemed to work. He just goes out, grapples, and ice picks the opponent, then disengages with a kick in the groin before going for the next opponent. Since the campaign has been impossibly derailed, I tell him that letting only the officer survive did fuck all for the time flux and actually made it worse. Why anon? The officer survived, lol. Lol.
Like, you know...
Honestly, it's some shit you do.
It does, but you know what the problem is? You know what this actually comes down to? I would argue it's the whole problem with time paradoxes and all that type of stuff involved. Anytime you mess with time, there's a reason why it's complicated. You know what I mean? And honestly, I thought this was kind of a good idea. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I think cigars and beer would have worked.
Probably been sufficient enough.
I don't think moving them off to another regiment would have worked though at all, because guys, just look into the amount of times officers got flagged in Vietnam. It's multiple a day, every day, during the entire war for years on end. It happened an awful lot, and do you blame them?
That guy, classic / stereotypical neckbeard. He wears Donald Trump and Pepe shirts. Has an SS-themed Imperial Guard cover with swastikas and everything. All he does is arrive, set up his Nazi army, and sits in front of it, excitedly, with one leg shaking up and down. Clearly wants someone to say something. If anyone does say something, he flips out and talks about his right to free speech and goes on and actually rant about how not all Germans were evil.
I think I know this guy.
Will rant about bizarre things for hours on end to anyone who's there. even if they're clearly not listening. I've gotten a 30-minute earful about the Byzantine Empire with some obvious bullshit claims, like some emperor was a wizard who was assassinated by the Pope.
I definitely know this guy.
Jews.
No, there's no way. No, actually, this sounds exactly. No, I know this guy. I think I've actually heard this story. No.
I go to the bathroom and he's still yelling about the Byzantines through the door. If he's winning, he'll unironically yell, "Praise Kek" and "Oy vey." On the more often occasion where he's losing, he gets incredibly flustered during games to the point of throwing his own models on the floor. One time he got so mad he tried to flip the table and ended up throwing a bunch of terrain pieces on the floor. Owner keeps having to take him outside to calm him down and talk to him about not throwing a fit.
I think I actually know this person.
Yeah.
I think I do. Honestly though, what was I'm not, you know what, I'd be better off just not talking about this on YouTube. Let's just keep going, guys, will we?
My local game store has an entire group of that guy/that GMs. Be me, new to the game store, looking for a D&D game. I'm in luck. There's a group looking for another player. Roll up a wood elf druid. Meet the rest of the party. Weeb girl playing a Kitsune barbarian. She just reskinned at the back. She proudly tells me she's 7.5 feet tall and 400 pounds. Okay. Next guy is Homebrew. He only plays homebrew races as the established races aren't creative enough for him. Why do we all know one fella like that?
Yeah.
Playing an 8-foot tall sentient gorilla wizard. Last guy loves pirates. Pirate is playing a Warforged fighter who is 7.5 feet tall and weighs 900 pounds. He's also the most powerful and feared pirate in the whole world. And the GM, who clearly had a thing for a weeb girl, he constantly let them do anything and play any broken homebrew, while adding as many 80s cartoon references as he could. The session mostly consisted of Weeb yelling about how she was throwing things at other things and screaming, Weeb ripping doors off hinges to use as weapons, and Weeb trying to be coy and cute, saying she was hiding the fact that she was 7.5 feet tall, 9-tailed fox, because it embarrassed her apparently. Pirate trying to suplex every enemy, and telling everyone we met how he was the most feared pirate captain in the world, and Homebrew talking about how Wizards of the Coast should hire him to create races for them, because he was so creative, and all three trying to make me the party pet, because I could turn into animal. I quit after 3 sessions. Session 3, I wild-shaped into a squirrel to do some retcon at an enemy's camp. Weeb grabs me, throws me into a bag, and bashes me against the tree. Why the fuck did you do that?
Baka!
I'm afraid of squirrels.
No!
She actually said that in character. I left. I was done. They still periodically ask me to come back. Get away.
No.
That sounds like a curse, the whole fucking game.
That doesn't sound cursed. Not gonna lie. What? You know the thing is, the thing that gets me about all these is there's something. Why do they always want to play these really out there strange races? You know, fine, once...
Not like any other.
No, but you do. You and I don't mind that. I would if I didn't know any better, I'd be like, yeah, sure. It's a role playing game. Play anything you want to play as. That's fine, and that's what it should be. People should be allowed to play anything that they want within reason.
Yes. But whenever they're literally copy and pasting and gluing and sticking things together like a fucking scrapbook, that's where it's like, no, look here, hold on.
You know the problem is it always turns into Chris Chan's Sonic Cheese.
Yeah, always.
It really does. But I think that's where we're going to end today. That first story was great. This thread altogether is actually really good.
Yeah.
I think we're definitely going to use some more from this thread. We barely touched it.
Yeah,
and
loads.
I think it's pretty funny. I've enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have too. And if you want wacky out there subclasses, look, we got you covered. They are memes, and they're not meant to be taken seriously at all.
And so make sure your DM is okay with it.
You really have to
slap the bitch down on the
please,
table.
for the love of God, just show it to your DM and be like, okay, you can do this, there is some stuff that's kind of broken. For the most part, they're middle of the road partiers.
Yeah.
for the most part, but some of them are designed to be like stupidly overpowered.
Yeah.
It just kind of
So
depends.
ask your DM
Just
first.
show it to your DM, for the love of God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before you show up as Ben Shapiro and start making facts not care about your feelings.
Yeah.
You know?
But yes, check out the models, all that stuff. Hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we post a video. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye!